Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of Realms of Discovery. We are already at episode 3 and there's a lot I will show you for today. So first of all, thank you so much for your comments, for your likes and your reviews obviously on the first 2 episodes of Realms of Discovery. It's actually a little bit earlier than I thought that I would be able to make another episode, but I'm really excited to show you everything today. But first of all, in case you haven't, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We will have a special Realms of Discovery challenge and contest for our 2000 subscriber special, so stay tuned for that, and I'm really hyped to show you everything that I have prepared for our 2K subscriber special. In case you haven't already, make sure to like this video and write down your suggestions in the comments below. As always, I read all of your comments and I'm really hyped, and it really helps a lot for, some inspiration and ideas and suggestions. And obviously, I'm also trying to get everything answered and done quickly in the parks. If your suggestions come into the comments, and I already improved some things that you guys told me that should be improved. Also, in case you want to support me a little bit extra, thanks first of all to our channel supporters, for our 2 first channel supporters. It's 1.99 euros per month, totally voluntarily, obviously, but I would really appreciate any of your support, because I really like getting these videos out there. So thank you very much, and thank you for to the 2 people who already made use of our channel memberships. So, we are here back in Realms of Discovery, or actually back in Epic Universe, as you guys can see. And you guys can see that I already built a Mario or Nintendo world, but with a little twist. You guys will see what I'm talking about later on, but we will not be starting at this Mario themed or Nintendo themed world. We are actually starting today at our entrance area, because I have changed some things, because you guys told me that the entrance building maybe is a little bit too plain and not so special, and that it needs some more detail, and that's exactly what I've done. And people on my Discord server already know what I've changed, so in case you are not a member of my Discord server, by the way, make sure to join the Discord server with the link in the description down below. And this is exactly what I have changed for the entrance area. So we added some ornate and golden trims to the building, and I also added the telescope on the roof, which was an idea that I wanted to do right at the start when I started building this entrance, but I didn't do it, and now I added it to the building, and I think it adds a lot. The entrance building really looks way more impressive than before, and I'm really happy with the new windows that we've got from the fantasy pack, and I think it turned out pretty cool. It's a huge improvement, so thank you to everyone who told me to add some details to the entrance building. I'm really happy how this all turned out. Also, a cool little thing that I have changed is inside here, and Mystic actually wrote me this, that I can get a pretty cool mirror effect in this building, because it's, it's actually mirrored. The whole building and the toilets are mirrored, and look at it. It looks absolutely stunning. I also added this door just for realism, that the door is in the mirror as well, even though it leads to nowhere actually. But I'm super happy with this whole turnout. Thanks Mystic for this tip. I think that really added a lot to the toilets, and they really look like some realistic mirrors. So in case you guys need any inspiration for building mirrors, just do it like this, because this looks really gorgeous, I think, and pretty realistic, even though we haven't got any mirrors, obviously. I didn't do any changes to the souvenir shop, even though I told you guys that I will need to make some changes, especially if we talk about adding some more shelves and stuff. And also somebody told me that I could add the scanners so nobody steals anything out of our souvenir shop, and I will do that. I just didn't do it yet, but I will definitely add them to the whole souvenir shop, because I think that's a great idea and also a great thing to improve realism a little bit. Also, Jan told me to add some barriers just to make sure that our guests will not go through the buildings and stuff. I think it's not 100% doable in the park. Also, some of you guys told me that it leads to some guests bugging and stuff, but I think it works out pretty well for now. Also, guests will not enter the park from here, which is fenced off, obviously. I think that works pretty well for now. I'll keep an eye on that. If our guests are bugging, I will do some changes as well, but I think, look at it. I mean, they're walking through here, but otherwise it works pretty well. So let's just enter our park. Nothing really has changed inside this here, and this whole area is completely new. So the thing is, I wanted to do something like a big garden. I don't know how exactly to do that for now. But I really want to add a lot of trees and flowers and stuff and really put some work into the whole foliage of the area. So that's what the vibe I wanted to get done in the park. And that's exactly what I've done with this here, with this little water feature and the palm trees and other trees and stuff. And I think that looks pretty cool. Also like the custom rocks with the custom colors. I mean, we have some white rocks like these, but they're not completely similar to the ones that we have or that I used, and I'm really happy with the whole rock color, and it will definitely, well, be a thing that we are using throughout the whole park, with these rockworks and some trees and all of this stuff. Also, these text signs suck a little bit, but if we go closer, you guys can see the guest services that were built in the last episode already, and we have some more water features down there. Also need to add some bushes and stuff, by the way, if I look at it right now, because it's a little bit empty. But this spot here will be our, well, channel members. Well, I don't know how to call that, but we will remember our channel members on this whole thing here. It's a huge compass. I think it looks quite cool. Also need to add some, maybe something into the structure that the ball is holding there. But yeah, I think that is really cool, and I just like to call them Explorers of the Realms. And it's a really cool spot to overlook the whole entrance area, which we'll get along in the next few episodes, obviously, as well. Also did some coaster chests back there, but, well, maybe you guys will see in the 2K subscribers special what I'm talking about. We will not look at it for now. And I also added a sign there for our worlds, and that's just not the final name. I just named it Super Mario World for now. But we will maybe change that later on as well. And also another sign that leads to another area, which I just don't know yet. Also, a pretty cool thing. I'm actually really happy with the fences here that I done, and with the water features and the ground and all of that stuff. I think that looks pretty realistic. And we also have some fountains. There are actually no shows that we can do with these here, but there are just some small water features, smaller fun water features that just look pretty cool, I think. And I'm really happy with the whole lake here. I mean, for now it just looks a little bit empty, but it will definitely come together when we're building the other themed areas and all of that stuff. And you guys can see that I also did some path work around this area here, so we will definitely come back to this area, and I think it will look pretty cool when all of this here is done. Another little thing that you already saw, oh well, let me just show you something different before. If we walk the path down there and just cross the guest services building, we have a little backstage area and a little gate that leads into this backstage area here for our first restaurant, which you will see in a few minutes probably. And I think that is really cool. We also have some blueprint items as well this time. You will find all the workshop codes in the description down below, you guys know that. So thanks to these awesome creators for creating so amazing items like these here. Also the container is pretty amazing. So this is a little backstage area, and we will also focus on backstage areas in this whole park, obviously, as well, because I'm going for some realism in this series. So let's just continue and look at our restaurant. You guys can see a empty sign for now. That's just because I wanted you guys to choose a name for that one. Maybe we'll do a Discord poll, so in case you have any suggestions or ideas for the restaurant name, just let me know in the comments down below. I will put them all on a list, and our Discord members will be able to vote for their favorite name suggestions, and the favorite name suggestion will come on this sign here. And obviously it looks a lot like Pizza Moon at Universal. So this episode will really be a nice little episode where I'm talking about my, well, maybe some of my favorite places from Epic Universe, and Pizza Moon is the first of it. Back in the days when I started this whole series, I definitely was sure that I wanted to build a restaurant that looks a lot like Pizza Moon, and this is exactly it. It's heavily inspired of Pizza Moon. I hope that we find another cool name for the restaurant without using the original name of the restaurant. So as I said earlier, just let me know if you have any nice ideas. And I think here in this whole restaurant, you will see it inside there. Planet Coaster 2 really shines because the lighting in there is absolutely amazing. So we will just go inside. I mean, it's a little bit empty in this whole area here. Maybe I'll add some more seating and stuff, but I just don't know what to do with this here for now. Maybe you guys also have some ideas, and we will also have a menu added, obviously, near the entrance, maybe around here or here. I just didn't have the time to do something in Photoshop and get a menu ready for the restaurant. So we will go inside this whole restaurant and look at it. It's absolutely amazing, I think. We have some custom roofs, and especially the roofs. That's something I told you in the souvenir shop already. Look absolutely stunning with the new lighting. But also the whole restaurant there looks absolutely amazing. So the posters or windows that I use on the sides there are from DeviantArt, from some awesome artists. I think I'm not super happy with it, but I think they're pretty cool and they add a lot to the whole building, not looking too empty. We also have a custom floor there, which looks pretty cool, but wow, it's a huge amount of pieces actually. And this whole thing, as I said earlier, is obviously super heavily inspired of Pizza Moon. We have the rocket there, which is the pizza oven in Pizza Moon, in the original Pizza Moon. We have a Earth up there and some nice items. I think we have some really cool items for Pizza Moon, or for building Pizza Moon in Planet Coaster 2 that work perfectly fine. And we also have some restaurants, obviously, with the new restaurant features. This really is pretty cool. I just don't know why my guests don't get any food there. Activated the food need in the settings, but they just get in there and then just turn around. I don't know why, but well, it's a little bit weird. If you know the solution for that, just let me know. I don't know if these fence barriers or these ribbon fences actually are barriers for our guests as well. Maybe that's the reason, but I also tried to remove them and they just didn't grab any food. So that's a little bit weird actually. So this whole restaurant would work like the original Pizza Moon probably, because our guests would just sit down, maybe scan a QR code and then just get their food delivered to their seats. And this whole thing here would just be a pickup for the staff members to just serve the food. I also added some, well, these would probably be some displays where the orders would be shown, so staff members know what to cook and stuff. And I'm really happy with this. Also need to add some custom billboards, obviously. But I think the whole restaurant looks really cool. Also, these tiles here work perfectly for kitchens. Well, and look at the lighting. The lighting is absolutely amazing. Also here, it just looks awesome. So, well, that's our first restaurant. Also, we have a little space where guests can sit and get their food and eat their food outside. We also have a small, well, kind of a winter garden or something like that. But I just didn't put any well, seats and tables there. I will add them later on, obviously. And this is our outdoor seating area, which is pretty basic, nothing special happening there. Also made use of these awesome, well, bins there, also from the workshop. We have a little area to sit in front of the building, and this is the whole restaurant. I think that turned out pretty cool. Let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. And also, as I said earlier, make sure to drop a name suggestion for this whole restaurant in the comments down below. So you guys saw it in the cinematics already. And yes, we are doing a Nintendo World or Mario World. So, well, the most obvious thing that many people are doing right now in Planet Coaster for a themed area entrances are portals, and I really, well, obviously it's kind of a copy of the portal at Universal Epic Universe, with just some small changes, like these coins here turning around that are not original. The stars are actually a 101 copy. But I think I'm really happy with the whole portal and with the whole look of this area here. I will definitely add some more details to the portals, but I think already it looks really cool. I also built some escalators, like it is in Epic Universe Orlando. I mean, we have 3 Super Nintendo Worlds on the wall to just get some inspiration of. We have the Super Nintendo World at Tokyo, at Universal Tokyo. We have the Super Nintendo World in California, and we have the one at Orlando, the new one in Epic Universe. And I think we are putting together the best stuff of all these Super Nintendo Worlds and just get it all together. I just don't know yet what we are exactly doing. We are definitely building a coaster in the next episode for Super Nintendo World because I want to build a coaster there. And one of you guys, I think it was Jackson Creed, who suggested, like, or brought me to the idea that we are maybe building with some restrictions as well. I mean, this park would have bought the Nintendo license, and maybe, like in real life, Nintendo would say that we can't build a big thrill coaster, or we can't build some major thrill rides. It just needs to be family friendly. And I think that is exactly what we're doing. We will have a family coaster in this area. You guys will definitely see it in the next episode, what this coaster will be. And we will maybe have some more flat rides, probably a dark ride. I just don't know what to do with, like, Mario Kart, or maybe we'll do an interactive dark ride or something like that. I just don't know yet. The one thing I can confirm is the coaster for the next episode, obviously, as well. So if we go inside here, we can go up the escalators, and we will, well, find ourselves in Toad's home, or Toad's house here, which is not done yet. You guys can see that we have access down there for now, but we'll definitely do some interior stuff for this house as well. And this will be the well, Mario World area. So the idea was to use some stuff from the Super Mario Bros. Film, which is absolutely amazing, by the way. Great suggestion if you haven't seen it already. It's a great film, and it has the perfect length, and they really have some stunning scenes and stunning animation for their whole film. And I really took some inspiration of some of these scenes. You guys will see it in the next episode. Because I'm recording that when I already continued building the whole park as well. So you guys will definitely see some scenes if you know the film from the film, because they really have some great ideas and some great stuff going on there in the film. So the whole idea, I think that's not what I really achieved for now, was to make an entrance that leads into the mushroom forest or something like that. Obviously we'll also have the height differences here that they're using in the original Super Nintendo worlds as well. We also have a handicap access, obviously, so our guests can access the area without using escalators or stairs, which is pretty cool as well. I think when I already told you that we will focus on that. We will also need to do another access down here, so just that to make sure that our guests can enter the area up here and also down there as well, because I want to make it all accessible. I also experimented with the these panels here, which don't look that good, and I just decided to use the blue panels with the clouds and stuff, which work perfectly fine. Also made use of some moving pieces for the coins. I think that turned out really cool, and it really adds a lot to the whole area. And well, it's not a lot, but I'm actually pretty happy with the whole turnout that we've got for now in this area, and I'm really excited to build anything else in this area. It's just really a nice way to get some distance from building all of the fantasy areas that I did in Arcadia and other parks, because I just focused a lot on building these fantasy areas, and I think they're great and they're really a lot of fun. But also these more artificial looking areas there are really also huge fun. It's just so much fun to build all of this, and you guys can see also that these well, I don't even know how to call them, terrain pieces or something like that. You also made use of our loudspeakers that I built and I'm using throughout the whole park. And yeah, that's probably it for today, guys. In case you guys have any ideas for the Super Mario World that I'm doing right now, just let me know. I would really love to read all of your ideas that are not too similar to the Super Nintendo World that is in Orlando. And you guys will also, or it's just said already, that this will be the only real IP that we are doing in the park, probably. If you guys want to see real IPs, just let me know in the comments also. Maybe I will just do real IPs if you guys like this more, because it's kind of a community project, and I just wanted to build what I like and what you guys like. But I think it's also a cool process building some, fictional IPs where we can create maybe a movie or a series or something like that. Well, it's given that the park will be set around IPs, but as I said, probably fictional IPs would work better. Also with the copyright rights, obviously, on YouTube. I think we can use Super Nintendo or Super Mario for this one, but as I said, this will probably be the only real IP. Also need to add some more foliage here, so just that we can make sure to block the view to these panels here. I'm also not really happy with the mountains that I started. Maybe I will just remove them as well. But I think if you look, especially from here, it also looks so cool, just seeing this portal here in the distance, and I think that will work really, really well. And if you look at the size of the park, I think we're actually already at the size that Universal's Epic Universe, not in the Universal Epic Universe, that Arcadia was, almost. But if you guys want to check this whole park out by yourself, just make sure to click just copy the workshop code in the description down below. You can download this park, work around, and just let me know what you guys would improve, and just give me some tips, suggestions, maybe find some stuff that doesn't make sense and yeah, things like that. So all I'm saying for now is thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around onto my YouTube channel. Thank you so much to anyone who writes regular comments in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, as I told you earlier, we are nearly there, almost 2,000 subscribers. Make sure to subscribe. We will have a big contest going on for 2K subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.